Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are a regular here. This is the continuation of the Idaho 4 series of readings, and today I'm looking at the energies and intentions of Saeed Ali. He was one of the Banfield boys. I do have a request. I don't know the name of the third Banfield boy, so please, if anyone has the name and ideally a picture of this person, and you know, you're kind of absolutely sure about this. I don't want it to be a rumour or speculation, but I don't know who he is. So yeah, if anyone can help me out on that, it's much appreciated. But today we're looking at Saeed Ali, and same format, guys, what you're used to, the way I'm going to work through this. This is a psychic reading. I use oracle cards and tarot cards, and occasionally I get messages from spirit. And none of anything that I bring up in this video I claim to be factual. I'm using cards and I'm interpreting them in my own way, and I encourage you to interpret them in your way. So let's get going. Starting with the Clarifying Life Situations deck. We've got quite a few here, so I'm going to use these because they've landed face down, and I'm going to put these to the side for later. So we've got New Worlds. There are many more things for you to discover, so don't give up. And then we have Answers Unfold. Keep your mind open and be willing to learn from this experience. Just wondering if I need a bit more light. Sorry guys. And why it looks so dark in here today. Hopefully that's not an indication of something. Is that better? Hopefully. Yeah, for some reason it's causing a shadow on the card. So these cards, New Worlds. And I don't know if he's someone that is going travelling, has been travelling, or is this the indication of his passion, of his interest, of his... Yeah, what motivates him? Does he go travelling a lot? Don't forget, these first cards are usually describing or explaining the kind of person they are in general. Then we have Answers Unfold. I really don't like that image at all, because I don't know if you can see, it looks like someone's head exploding. Keep your mind open and be willing to learn from this experience. But learn from what experience? Is he talking? Is it speaking of the 1122 King Road atrocity? I don't know yet. And then we are moving into the Secrets Revealed True Crime Oracle. And there's a stray card as usual. Where is it? There it is. So, oh goodness, we've got 4 cards. So let's read these. Motive, monetary gain. Now, is that his motive? for something. Was he paid to do something? He may not have been paid to take an active role, but maybe he was paid to do something like be a lookout or an informant or part of a chain, someone in the chain, if that makes sense. Then we've got spying. Was he spying because that's something he was paid to do? Or was he someone that liked to, you know, it's something he got a kick out of? I feel like this is something to do with being a lookout. And then we've got organised crime or gang. So whatever this is about, he's working with people or for people. As I've said several times, this was not done by one person. But maybe he knew. I don't know if he's part of I don't think he's part of an organised crime gang. I can't rule it out, but it feels more like he knew someone, or he knew people, or he was friends of someone that was, I don't know. And then we've got denial. So whatever's happened here, whether he's denying it to himself, whether it's just outright lies to other people, combination of the two. It also feels like someone who doesn't have much of a conscience. Let's see what this stray card is, and it's come from the True Crime Oracle cards. Grandparent. Who's his grandparents? Who are his grandparents, I should say? So let's move on to the vocab deck. And we have perilous. The audience gasped as the snowboarder attempted a perilous and audacious stunt. Treacherous, fraught with danger, hazardous, very dangerous. Is he the one that's very dangerous? Or was he involved in something very dangerous? And then we have a flurry. Sorry, I'm laughing because my spirit guides seem to be in a humorous mood at the moment. They just basically said maybe he liked McFlurries. Not helpful. A flurry of snow fell upon the busy streets. There was a flurry of snow that night. I mean, it wasn't. There was a sprinkling of snow, from what I remember. It wasn't laying heavily. A small amount of rain or snow that falls for a short period. It's a short period of time where there is a lot of activity, interest, or excitement. So flurry can be linked to snow, excitement, or activity. So that almost gives me a snapshot of something that happened that night. Like there was a lot of preparation. It feels like there was a lot of preparation, getting everyone in the right place at the right time, you know, and then it's go time, and then that period, that flurry of activity is when it happened. It feels like a very organised, like carefully synced situation. But even though that was the plan, it did not go. Still didn't go according to plan, as I keep saying. So the next deck is Echoes of the Soul. Thanks, George. He's had all day, and he picks right now. Wow, okay. So we've got the weight within. So he's carrying some sort of burden, something he feels is weighing him down. But then we have the Veiled Watcher, which is again very similar to the Spying card. Veiled as well. I mean, that's like mask energy. So I can see this card. I don't know again if I've imagined it, but did one of the Banfield boys have a mask? I don't think they had a mask on. But why am I remembering or misremembering something about someone wearing not Brian Koberger, or allegedly Brian Koberger, something else about someone wearing a mask? And I don't know where I'm getting that from. I don't think it's a spiritual thing. I think it's something I've seen or read, or please let me know in the comments. The weight within. I mean, I said it feels like he's someone that doesn't have much of a conscience, but if this is about him, then maybe he does. And then the last of the oracle decks. This is interesting. So I don't know why, it just came to me the other day when I was trying to go through all my oracle decks and just recirculate them, kind of thing. It suddenly occurred to me, it's like a couple of years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, I was at a psychic fair and I came across this oracle deck called Revelation, the Revelation Oracle deck. And of course, I had to have it. It had my name literally written all over it. And that was the very first oracle deck I ever bought. I didn't know how oracle decks worked. I didn't know what they were. And I bought it, I took it home, I looked through it, and I put it away somewhere. And I forgot about it. I literally forgot about it. I think I used it a couple of times in some Etsy readings, but that was it. Anyway, I just happened to come across it. Well, I found it. And then I was looking through it and I was like, this is perfect. Absolutely perfect for my true crime readings. So I'm obviously meant to have, why I suddenly thought about it, I don't know, but it just occurred to me. I was like, where's that deck gone? Well, I haven't even thought about it. So we're going to use it. Wow, I knew it was going to be a good deck. So the first card is Unity. So again, this is being united with someone or working together as a team. Unity, and look at the image, it's like making a vow. It's the whole kind of energy of loyalty, that kind of thing. Like whatever's happened here, no one speaks of it. It remains it's our promise to each other to protect one another as brothers. And then we've got wounded, which means to me he was wounded, and it feels like wounded as a result of something that happened that night. I don't feel like it's something to do with him wounding someone else. I don't feel that, but I'm just looking at the image of the bear, and again, the image of the bear. And there's indications of wounding on this bear. Obviously, there's head wounds and there's heart wounds, which I think is probably, I mean, I know Kaylee, so I've been told, thank you for all your comments, by the way. Kaylee's autopsy showed head wounds, severe head wounds. But did, you know, again, I haven't seen any of the autopsy reports. Did they all have, to a certain extent, have a head wound? But this bear is also pointing to its, it could be its right ear, but it seems to be pointing to the right side of its head, temple kind of area. And its other hand's pointing towards its foot or its leg, its left leg. And there's injuries to the chest area or the heart area. So it could be both, it could be either, it could be, I don't, like I said, to me it doesn't feel that he had any, he wasn't a perpetrator. But why would he be wounded if he wasn't? It's a bit confusing. And then the last deck is the crime scene investigation deck. And can someone also please let me know the surname of Ethan's friend, Nick? Because that's something else I need, because I need to do a reading on him as well. Okay, so we've already had motive, monetary gain, and we also have rage or extreme anger was a motive. Which again makes sense because some of the, well, it depends. Some of the injuries that were sustained makes you feel like it was, they were inflicted emotionally, but also, as I said yesterday in my not yesterday, was it day before yesterday, in my reading about Quinn Kelley's father, that some of those injuries were made deliberately to prove that the job was done, if that makes sense. And then this one is already interviewed killer. So they've already interviewed the person that did this, the police, which is pretty obvious, I think. I mean, the amount of documents, the amount of interviews there's been, for them to miss the one person that actually did it would either be a cover-up or they're just really crap at their job. Which is a bit of both, actually. It's what's going on. It's like they are crap at their job and they're covering things up. It's interesting that card comes in with Saeed Ali's reading, though. I don't get the same dark energy from him that I've been getting with other people. But it's not over yet, so let's clarify. And I'm clarifying with the Revelations Tarot deck. It's very narcissistic of me, but I don't know. So, new worlds. To travel a lot. Clarified by the Page of Cups. And the Emperor. Page of Cups and the Emperor. I'd like to know about his father. I don't know why I feel like this is something to do with his father, with the Emperor. And the Page of Cups is him, even though he's, you know, he's not a child. But these two coming in together feels like father and son. Has he travelled with his father? Or is he travelling with his father? I don't know what the significance of that is, apart from maybe they just have a very strong bond. Or for the Emperor energy, if it is his father, he's very, we're talking strong masculine energy. And I feel like it's old school masculine energy, you know, it's like the women have their place kind of energy. So then we have answers unfold, clarified by the Ace of Wands, the Seven of Cups reversed. So the Seven of Cups reversed makes me feel that this is something to do with him believing he'd covered his tracks, or he'd covered something up, but he hadn't. I don't think it got as far as whatever this is that he left uncovered. Feels like it was discovered more by someone, one of his peers, or, you know, it wasn't the police, or it wasn't anyone like that revealed something, but someone else. Why am I getting images for him lighting a fire? And I'm sure I've had this about someone else as well. No, that was to do with, I think that was to do with the Caden Young's reading. This I'm getting images of someone with a lighter or a match setting fire to something. Like that was part of the, you know, that was part of the plan that night, pre-planned, that some fire would be lit. Almost as a distraction, you know, it's like, I don't know, because I know there was a bonfire that was lit. I think there was a bonfire that was lit that night. Was it that night? And it feels like that was deliberate to distract from something else that was going on. And then motive and monetary gain. Clarified by the Four of Swords reversed. And the Ace of Swords. So like I said, when the Four of Swords comes out, and it comes out a lot in these readings, to me it represents the four people that were unalived by the sword. And again, it's coming in the reverse, which means that it should have been 4 people unalived by sword, but it didn't, you know, someone, because I'm sure we've had this combination before, you know, because there's one sword that's upright, 4 swords are reversed, which means 4 minus 1. To me, it's like one of the victims was unalived in a different way. It comes in with the motive monetary gain card. Did he supply something? Did he supply a weapon? God, I always question myself with these because I'm like, these kids are so young. It just doesn't seem to make sense to me, the stuff that I pick up. But then the youth of today is very different to the youth of my day. Very different. So spying. Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands. He's got an ego on him. Like, it's the kind of ego where he'll verbalise he's better than other. I mean, literally verbalise he's better than other people. I feel like he's very ambitious as well, like very competitive, very ambitious, very you know, he is all about him. And the Nine of Wands is like, if he wants something, he doesn't stop until he gets it. He's so driven. But what's that to do with the spying card? It also, what I'm getting from that, because it's coming in with the spine card, and the Nine of Pentacles can be about independence or doing something alone. It's almost like he saw, it's almost like tracking someone. It's like tracking someone until they're alone. It's like, give us the signal when they're alone, when you see them and they're alone. But at what point were any of those 4 people alone? I don't know, maybe they were, but I mean, saying that, Ethan and Xana, according to what I've seen, were separated at some point during the night. I don't know what went on with Maddie and Kaylee. It's a bit of an odd one. Then we've got the organised crime or gang. Queen of Cups reversed. What is her part in this? Four of Pentacles reversed. This feels like the moment that they lost control, or the plan fell apart at some point through the night. And it's because of this female, Queen of Cups, cocking something up. Something to do with money. And I had this, I'm sure I've had this before from an earlier, much earlier reading. What is it? Denial. I mean, I don't know if anyone knows of a connection between Saeed Ali and, say, Dylan or Bethany. They're the only 2 females that I think there's other, I mean, there's obviously people like Molly McMichaels, and there's also Emma. Denial, clarified by the High Priestess. And the Knight of Pentacles reversed. There's Dylan again with the denial card. What's her connection to Saeed Ali? Knight of Pentacles reversed. To me, it's about, this feels like this card is Saeed Ali, and it's like her being questioned, do you know this person? Yeah, and that's her denial. It's like, no, I don't know him, never met him, never spoken to him, but I think they know each other. What is the grandparent about? It was an outlier, it was a stray card, which usually means there's something significant about them. Five of Wands. And the Queen of Wands reversed. So it feels like something to do with his grandmother. Is his grandmother passed? Because it's coming in the reverse position. The Five of Wands is something to do with disagreements, tension. I don't get what the connection is. Maybe his grandmother's someone important. Maybe it was someone important, if she's, you know, whether she's alive or not. Maybe that's the key to his protection. I don't know. Perilous. Clarified by the Queen of Pentacles reversed. And the Two of Swords. God, it's so weird. It's like, what I'm getting now is like, having been seen by someone, it's like someone witnessed something. A female witnessed something. And he knew that she'd seen something. And he had to make a decision to take her out or not, to, you know, to end her, whoever that person was. God, I wonder if he had anything to do with, then she did pass after the atrocities. She passed after, not before, I think. I just hope it's not Hannah. Whoever it is, they're no longer around. And I'm not saying he had to do it, but he had to make a decision about telling someone, look, I think this person saw me do this, or saw me, whatever it was. Oh dear. And then we had flurry. Clarified by the Five of Swords reversed. And the Star. Five of Swords. Five of Swords. Flurry of activity. 5 people, not 4, 5. Now it doesn't mean 5 people passed, but 5 people were injured. Because the star is indicating healing. God, I mean, someone was... It feels like the 5th person was literally stabbed in the stomach and survived it. Who's that? Oh God, I'm getting all sorts. I'm getting like, yeah, it was deliberate. It was stabbed in the stomach deliberately to make it look like they'd been attacked. So that they could be eliminated. Why would we not know about that? This one's baffled me. So then we've got the Veiled Watcher. Was he the lookout? One of the lookouts. Page of Wands reversed. Six of Pentacles reversed. So again, I'm getting playing with fire. God, he's so like focused on his own ego, you know, like him thinking he is the he couldn't possibly ever do anything wrong, he's always right, and everyone should listen to him, and that's how he makes mistakes, or he misses things. Page of Wands reversed. It's like either he lost money or he caused money to be lost because of something he didn't do, or something he missed, or a mistake he made, and it wasn't his money, it was someone else's. And then the weight within. Clarified by the King of Swords reversed, Three of Swords reversed. God, I think he was, because of this failure or cock up, that was his fault, even though ultimately they achieved what they set out to do. But I think there was a lot of collateral damage involved in that because of this cock up. He was taught a lesson. I think, I don't know who he was taking instruction from, but what I'm getting is someone literally, God, I wonder if it was him that was stabbed in the stomach. Because I'm getting someone threatening him with a knife, but here, but literally just to scare the bejesus out of him and letting him go. And that's the King of Swords in reverse, is that person that did that. Which, I don't know if we've met him yet, but if we haven't, we're going to. I don't think we have met him yet. We're not going to in this reading, but that's the whole point. Unity. Clarified by the King of Wands and the Eight of Cups. So obviously united front, loyalty. King of Wands. Who is this? But the Eight of Cups is like leaving that behind. It's like it's unity, but it's also walking away from it. Unless someone else in this unit left. Strange. And then we have the Wounded card. Clarified by Three of Wands and Temperance. Three of Wands, three people. Is this three people that were injured, or is this three people who were the perpetrators? Is this a time? Because Temperance is about time. (3 a.m.) Was someone wounded at 3 a.m.? Wounded but not unalived. The only person that I've sort of picked up on that possibly happening to was Ethan. But I thought that was earlier on. But then, was it? Because I never actually, during that session, I only picked up his capture, not his, how he was injured. How... God, sorry. How he was injured or incapacitated. And he was incapacitated by being rugged. So yeah, quite possibly the physical injuries came a bit later. Was he physically injured around 3 a.m.? And if it is him, specifically injuries, I'm getting side of the head, this side. Is it that side? Yeah, this side, almost at the temple. and something to do with the left leg. But it's almost like foot. It's like, I mean, this bear is touching his toes, and you know, unless Ethan had his toes removed as well, I don't know. But I know that he was, I think they probably went for his femoral artery deliberately, or someone said that the back of his ankles as well, which is an immobilization trick. And the heart. So again, if anyone's got details on his autopsy, and the only reason I know what I've said is because of what I've read in the comments. And then the last card is already interviewed killer. Oh, and there's another one, sorry. This isn't the last one, but... Queen of Swords reversed. Knight of Cups reversed. So as I've said in previous readings, there's more than one situation. There was more than one situation happening that night. This wasn't about, you know, a plan to unalive Ethan, Xana, Maddie and Kaylee. It was two separate situations, and I believe that at least one of those situations, someone ended up being collateral damage. So what I'm being given here is one of those unalivers has already been interviewed, and it was the unaliver of... So Queen of Swords in reverse is an air sign, which could be either Maddie or Kaylee, which is really strange because I'm getting it coming in with Xana. So it's like Maddie or Kaylee and Xana, which is really weird because you'd think that Kaylee and Maddie were unalived at the same time, and then Ethan and Xana were unalived at the same time. But according to this particular person, unalived, I mean, it could make sense actually. I don't know, does it? I'm so confused. Xana and either Maddie or Kaylee. But what has this got to do with him? Was he a lookout? Was he a spy on one of those people? Was he meant to be spying on one of those people? Or tracking one of those people? Or... I don't know. Because they weren't together that evening. Maddie and Xana, or Kaylee and Xana. So that doesn't make sense. And then the last card is rage or extreme anger was a motive. So again, it feels like two different situations. One of them was monetary gain or recovering money. It feels more like, you know, you didn't pay, so we're going to make you pay. And the other one is just pure crime of passion, rage, extreme anger. And which one does he fit into? I don't want being shown this, and I can't get the link. I can't seem to find the link to what his role is. Clarified by strength and the Two of Pentacles reversed. So it's almost like I get a kind of guard vibe from him, bodyguard vibe, someone who's there to protect or preserve a situation. So if someone was out of control, he was there to calm them down. I don't know, it's weird. Or, I mean, was he particularly fit? You know, did he work out? Was he strong? Because again, strength is about literally strength, and it's not just physical strength, but mental strength. The Two of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, it's like, so if you're seeing shadows, that is George going past the lights. So just in case you're wondering, it's George. He doesn't ever do that. I don't know why he just did that. And the Two of Pentacles in reverse is just chaos, upheaval, like whatever if that was his role, to be a guard or a protector or something like that, he cocked up somewhere because something descended into chaos. So let's just read these, which are the ones that fell out of the deck at the very beginning. We've got unlock your heart, embrace vulnerability, let love guide your journey to self-discovery. I don't think it's got anything to do with that. It's something to do with the heart injury. Unlock your heart. And then we've got metamorphosis, mirage. Embrace the tender transition between past forms and future possibilities, as illuminated by the transformative butterfly. Yeah, I think this is about him just having an innate ability to what's the word? Like shapeshift, but not literally. It's like someone who can shapeshift into any situation or be a particular person at a particular time. Turn the page. Embrace new chapters with curiosity. Openness paves the path to wisdom. I think he is quite. Yeah, I do feel like he's very educated and intelligent, but he knows it. Like I said, there's definitely an ego attached to him. He's not humble. Frost of stillness. Embrace the frost of stillness, wherein the calm of icy pause, reflective clarity is found. I mean, it was cold. It was definitely cold, and it was icy that night and the next morning, and it was very still. Apart, you know, especially after Dylan left, and Bethany, if she was even there. But there's a clue there about the, you know, definitely there were clues in the snow. can you imagine the fingerprints as well, because of something being icy or frosty, how easy it is to leave fingerprints in because of the frost and, you know, things being iced over. Not that they need it, you know, because they can find fingerprints through normal traditional methods, but and then we've got spiritual retreat. Seek solitude to reconnect with your inner wisdom and emerge rejuvenated. Bless him. He must have needed it after all that stress. I don't know what that's about, to be honest. You know, he may well be spiritual, he may well practice religion, that kind of thing. I always find that very odd as well. The amount of people that turn out to, you know, I know a lot of them turn to religion in prison and stuff. But there's quite a few very dark perpetrators in history that have claimed to be you know, staunchly religious. I mean, yeah, you only have to look at terrorism really for that, and it's like, how does that work? But yeah, actually makes sense. I wonder if is he Muslim? Does anyone know if he's Muslim? And I'm not, and please, I'm not labelling him as being a, you know, a murderer because he's Muslim at all. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm just linking it to that spiritual retreat card. If he does practice yeah. Act with clarity. Focus your intentions. Navigate decisions with clear insight and purpose. Yeah, he does feel like someone that would, you know, if he makes a decision, it's done. It's decided. He won't, you know, he won't then sort of be wishy-washy about it or go, oh no, maybe not, I don't know, maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't, not sure, not sure. He'd be like, I've decided now and that's it. There's no going back. So yeah, thank you guys, as always. Thank you again to my 2 members. You get to enjoy this video. You have just enjoyed this video 24 hours before anyone else. Exclusive. So yeah, let me know in the comments, guys. I've asked a couple of questions there, and I know you always respond. So thank you for that. The next reading, I can't remember, but let's just leave it a mystery. And thank you. If you are interested in booking a private reading, the 28% discount is still running, and it will do for the rest of September. And if you have any questions, you can email me, revelationtarottgb@gmail.com. Otherwise, I'll leave you with this reading. Thank you. Thank you for your love, your support, your encouragement, and your engagement that I return to you tenfold. I'll see you next time. Enjoy the journey.